Hi, welcome to this tutorial on managing your inventory. In this tutorial, we'll look at the following inventory elements: categories, products, bundles, ingredients, and recipes. We'll also look at restocking your inventory, printing your price lists, taking stock, and reviewing a shopping list. Let's get started. To set up your inventory, you navigate to the Inventory tab. At a glance, the home page of the inventory section provides a host of useful information. For instance, you have the total amount spent to acquire your current inventory, the total resale value of the current inventory, the inventory levels, which shows the product, its current stock, and its minimum stock, and products that are near or past their expiry dates. By default, this usually displays products that are a month or so from expiry. The first step in managing your inventory is creating a category. We'll navigate to the Manage Categories section and scroll down until we locate the Add New Category pane. In this pane, we'll enter the details about the category we would like to create. In this tutorial, we'll create a drinks category. So under category name, we'll indicate the name drinks, and then we could also use the same for our description. If we have a picture that we would like to place on the category, for instance, the washing powder does have a picture of the washing powder that we have, we could actually put a generic picture for drinks, but we'll just skip ahead and click the Add Category. This adds the category, and it's now listed there, available for us to use. Once we have a category, we can then proceed to add a product under that category. We'll then navigate to Manage Products. Over here, we'll then click Add a Product. In the Add a Product pane, we have a whole host of information about the product that we'd like to create. You will note that you have the ability to enter a barcode number for the product that you intend to create. This will ensure that with future releases that support barcode scanning, your product will already have the requisite data. For this particular product, we will skip the barcode value and indicate the product name. So for instance, we would add a product called Coca-Cola. And the type is a 750 ml drink. We could then use the same value for the description. Under the product category, we would then select the category under which this one falls, which in this case is drinks, its cost value, which might be for instance 4 kwacha, its resale value, which could be for instance 8 kwacha, and the current number that we have in stock. So for instance, if we have 100 of them, would then indicate the 100 value. The minimum stock value is the value at which it should start displaying in the low inventory levels pane. Under minimum stock, we can for instance indicate 48. And you could also indicate a date on which these drinks will expire. So for instance, we could have the date of September 30th. Then you can also indicate a product picture, which would then render it in your point of sale. You could indicate details about your supplier. These will also appear in the shopping list. Once all the information is set up, we then click Add Product. The product is now saved, and we can then proceed to amend another product if need be. To update a product, you locate the product in the list of available products. For instance, we'll try and update the product washer A. We'll click on the Modify link and then add the value 1 kg to the name and description of the product. We then proceed to click Update the product, and that updates our product. Once our products are configured, we can then proceed to set up product bundles as necessary. The idea behind a product bundle is, from time to time, you might need to sell a product in different configurations. For instance, if it's soap, you can bundle it 1x6 or 1x12, and so on and so forth. So these bundles would then need to be configured such that you do not track the different bundles separately. For instance, you would then have one underlying soap product, which is then bundled in various configurations. To demonstrate that, we'll click on Add a Bundle. Then in here, for instance, if we are interested in bundling our drinks, so we'll then say that for the Coca-Cola, which is bundled up in a bundle of 12. We would then have it at a price of, say, 60 kwacha. We'll then indicate the product picture there, and then in the drop down menu at the bottom, you'd select the product that is being added to this bundle. So for instance, in this case, you're adding the Coca-Cola, and the quantity in a bundle is 12. You've also noted that a bundle can constitute multiple products. This will really depend on what your needs are. Once your bundle is created, you can just click Add Bundle, and that saves the bundle configuration. This then also lists the bundle in the available bundles. For more details about bundles, view the conventions in the user manual. If you need at any given point to update a bundle, you can locate the bundle in the list of bundles, click Modify, and then add the necessary changes. So for instance, we could reduce this to 6, change that to 35 kwacha, and then add the new quantity per bundle there. Then we update the bundle. This saves the bundle configuration. The next step is we can add and manage ingredients. To manage ingredients, you click on the Manage Ingredients link. Under the Manage Ingredients pane, you can click Add an Ingredient to add the details about a particular ingredient. So in this case, we will then add flour, add it to its description, the cost per kilogram, in this case, which might be 10 kwacha, the current value that we have is, say for argument's sake, we have 50 kilograms. The minimum stock would like it to notify us 20 kilograms. If it has an expiry date, you indicate it there, and other details about the supplier. You also have at the bottom a checkbox about whether or not this ingredient should display in the shopping list. We'll then proceed to add the ingredient. Once your ingredient is added, it will then become available in the list of ingredients. To update an ingredient, you locate the ingredient in the list of available ingredients. You click the Modify link and then change the value that you're interested in updating, and then proceed to update the ingredient. Once all your ingredients are set up, you can then proceed to manage recipes, as recipes are reliant on the ingredients that you've just configured. To add a recipe, you click Add a Recipe button, and then enter the details about the recipe that you would like to create. In this case, you, for instance, add the recipe for bread, indicate the resale value. You would then indicate the amount of ingredients that you use per serving of this particular recipe. So for instance, on the bread, we could say that we use flour and we use 400 grams of flour. You then click Add the recipe to save the recipe. That creates the recipe, and the recipe is now available under our list of recipes. To update a recipe, you locate the recipe in the list of recipes available. You click the Modify link and then select the ingredients and set their values as they will apply to this particular recipe. You click Update Recipe to save your changes. From time to time, you will need to restock your inventory based on the purchases that you make. To restock your inventory, you go to the inventory homepage and then click on the Restock Inventory button. This presents you with panes that allow you to select the products that you've reordered and set the quantities that you have purchased. So for instance, if we buy and need to restock our Coca-Cola, we'll then click on the Coca-Cola, enter the quantity that we have now received, which in this case might be 150 bottles, and then set the expiry date based on the new expiry date of the current stock. And then also select any other products that you would like to restock. So Powder X, we could restock this by 50, and then Washer A, we could stock this by 150. Once all these values are entered, you also have the option to record this as an expense. If you choose to record this as an expense, it will use the current purchase price for each product that is selected. So for instance, if our Coca-Cola is 4 kwacha, it will then multiply the 150 by 4 kwacha to determine how much we spent to purchase this Coca-Cola at. The restock can actually cut across both ingredients and products. So if, for instance, we're restocking flour at the same time, we could indicate the new flour value. If, for instance, we bought 100 kilograms, we would then indicate that and click update to update the inventory. The inventory has now been updated with the new values. To view our price list, we'll navigate to the print price list link and select it to generate our price list. Once our price list is generated, it will be available for us to review like so. So these are printable price lists that include both the bundles and the individual products as we sell them. To review and take stock of our current inventory, we locate the Take Stock link and select it. This generates a stock take card which has the details about our current inventory levels. So for instance, on this particular date, at this time, we have flour which we note as being at that value. We have our drinks which we note as being at that value, and then this can then be compared to our physical stock to locate the difference. So if for whatever reason the recording of sales has lagged behind, we can then indicate the variance that hasn't yet been captured to finalize and locate the final difference. With the rate at which we resell the products, we can then actually compute the value of the stock anomaly. Once that is done, a sign-off can happen, and that would conclude your stock take exercise. Another feature that is available is the shopping list. The shopping list can be useful to locate the products that might need restocking. So you select the shopping list, and then you would have items that are critically low, which would fall in the top category, and then you'd also have a list of other items at the bottom which are still within reasonable restock values. With that, you would also note that the supplier details that you indicated when configuring the product are also available for you on this particular shopping list. Thank you for watching our tutorial. For more information and the reference manual, please visit our website, and then you'll find all the relevant documentation there. Thank you. See you next time.